This is what the display on your FishHunter Directional 3D looks like in flasher mode. On the right-hand side, you've got your raw sonar data, and on the left-hand side, you have traditional flasher view. You can see in the flasher view we're in about 26 feet of water, and you can see down around 20 to 16 feet there, you can see our jig line. On the right-hand side, you're going to see your raw sonar data, and in the middle of the water column, the blue area, you can see our actual jig line moving across the screen. In this sample here, we're moving the jig line from 20 feet to 16 feet and then floating it back down again to the 20-foot range. In order to get the best possible results, you can see on the right-hand side of the screen that you have a menu in black with some slider bars. You're going to want to play around with the settings in that menu to get the best possible readings on these two displays. You can adjust the power and multiple settings for your FishHunter Directional 3D sonar by pressing on the slider bar on the right-hand side of your screen. Once you press on that, you'll pull out the side menu that you can see here on your display, and you're going to have 5 choices to change. Each one of these choices is very personal, and you should pick the right action and direction for each of these options. On the first one is the view option, and that will allow you to choose between the flasher view, which is currently seen on the screen now, which is a left-hand side flasher, and a right-hand side raw data. And in the raw data side is where you're going to track, as you saw in the video previously, you're going to track your actual jig and your line in the water and fish. And also you can get rid of the flasher by clicking on raw data and filling up the entire screen with your raw data view. The next option down below is the range setting. You're going to manually choose the depth of the water that you're in to adjust to give you the scale that appears on the raw sonar data. Currently in this screen we have a scale of 18 meters there, and you can choose, it's in the 20 meter range. So you can choose 10 meters, which would be 30 feet, 20 meters, which would be 60 feet, 30 meters, which is 90 feet, and so on. So please select the right depth range for your ice fishing experience. The next one down is probably the most important, and that is the power slider. We've given you the opportunity to change the power of your FishHunter Directional 3D sonar so you can properly adjust it for the thickness of the ice, the depth of the water, the visibility of the water. As you move the slider from left to right, it will become more powerful. So the most powerful setting will be on the far right-hand side, and the least powerful setting will be on the far left-hand side. As you move your slider from left to right, you'll notice that 2 things happen. 1, your ability to see your actual jig in the water increases, but at the same time, your surface reverb will also increase. And so you'll need to play around with your settings depending on the thickness of your ice and the depth of your water and your visibility to find an optimal balance between having the right power to see your jig line and having the least amount of power to be able to have a low surface reverb. The next one down is called surface filter. Surface filter allows you to cut out the surface of the ice that you don't want to measure when having the fish detection on. So in this case, it's set to 1.2 meters. So if you had 4 feet of ice, you would want to set this so that it's below the 4 feet of ice that you're going to be fishing in. And you can play with this as well. You can have this turned all the way down. On the right-hand side will be it turned all the way up. The final option on this screen is for fish sensitivity. As you turn it to the right, which is the high level, you're going to be able to detect very small fish in the water. And as you go all the way to the left, you're only going to be detecting large fish. Again, you want to play around with this as you have your jig in the water. And a lot of times your jig will be seen as fish using the fish sensitivity scale. You can change that and lower that so that your jig is not seen as fish in the water. So these are the settings you have at your disposal, and we hope that you'll have a great experience by adjusting these to your personal satisfaction.